Hi, it's Don Southerton in your weekly episode of Everything Korea. This week's topic is work-life balance. Let's jump right in. A frequently surfacing concern among Westerners in my work supporting Korean global business and many of the subsidiaries is the Korean expatriates assigned to local operations have little or no life-work balance. At least that's the perception. In particular, expats, and commonly they might be referred to as executive coordinators or executive advisors, work long hours, often extending into the late evening. Westerners are sympathetic and respect this dedication, but question working such long hours and see the toll it takes on their Korean colleagues. Now, working lengthy hours has long been a trait of the Korean workplace. It's nothing new. In fact, it goes hand in hand with Korean students who in their middle and high school years can devote up to 20 hours a day on school-related activities and work. Now, frankly, although Koreans endure long hours, I feel those assigned to the overseas operations tack on even more hours. The assignments are demanding, as well as the time differentials require correspondence well into the evening, adding to the situation. Whereas in Korea, they work as a team, sharing the long hours with coworkers. Many of the expats are the sole Korean in their overseas department, and when they remain late into the evening when others have all left. In many cases, expats feel they carry a considerable burden for the performance of their department. So, interestingly, in a recent Korea Herald article, it notes, and I'm quoting, "For 26-year-old office worker Lee, it seems like a far-fetched dream to exercise and enjoy her hobbies after work every day. It's quite difficult to imagine life outside her workplace as she works as late as 11 p.m. The newcomer, who was employed by a state-run company last year, often works overtime and sometimes works at home on weekends. She dozes off on the bus while commuting and sleeps a lot on weekends to fight the chronic lack of sleep." And this is a quote of hers. "It has become a habit to work overtime. I might be able to finish my job during working hours if I focus, but I just think to myself, let's just work overtime," she told the Korean Herald. "For workers going back home in time for it's a special occasion, and working late is part of the everyday routine." Now, Ms. Lee is one of the many Korean workers who suffer from a chronically long working hours in a society, and this is where I think it's really important, where overtime is seen as a symbol of diligence. The article goes on to point out that there's a lot of social ramifications on these long hours, including the health issues and family issues that go with it. Some in government have recently tried to address it by introducing new labor laws which would try to get people home sooner. So, all said, the Korean workplace recognizes and embraces the need for a life-work balance. It has become a frequent topic in Korea, not only in this recent article, but over the years. And with the new generation coming into the workforce, it's beginning to be considered as something that they look for in a company for their future and their employment. In other words, some don't want to go work for a company that they might have to work those hours. So, while we're looking at the Korean workplace, I'd like to share an opportunity on my recently launched Korean Global Business Mastery Program. Now, this is a membership-based program. The program offers elite access to strategies and insights I've developed over decades of research and working hand-in-hand with Korean companies. It's a paid service, there's fees for it, but it's part mentoring, part providing immediate solutions to challenges into the Korean-facing workplace. It ranges all the way from supporting C-level leadership to the teams who are really right in the trenches. The main focus is always going to be problem solving and support. So, if you'd like to register for a free introductory consultation, go to the link that's embedded in here, and we'll set up a time for us to talk together. So until next time, this is Don Southerton wishing you all the best.